Ecclesiastes, or also known as the Book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that have hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. Call Allah Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well. Shalom. To the hopefully like men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth without sincerity. And shalom to you very few sincere sisters, right? That's taking heed and getting in order in these last days. I'm Brother Amawan coming to the video low when it's edifying, right? And as you can see on the screen, it says a man leaks text message of woman setting her boyfriend up for him, right? And that's going to show you where we at in this time period. You really can't trust these 2/3 niggas, man. You really can't even trust your own rib, especially when she's of the world. Because what she, how it states how Lot was trying to get, Lot was being delivered about Sodom and Gomorrah. And the woman was looking back. Hey, as we looking forward, these women are looking back. So they're involved with things of the world. So they love, when they hear about a come up that benefits them, they going for it, man. Right? A lot of rappers or a lot of celebrities have got taken out due to these females, man. These fee-fails, man. And like it says an evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro, and he that have hold of her is though he held a scorpion. Cause that shit gonna sting, bro. The bitch you you laying next to at night. That deep connection, and all of a sudden she just boom, set your ass up, right? And that's why we must constantly pray that Yahweh Shem Shai remove these types of demons away from you, man. Because they out here for they playing for keeps, and they don't care if you are their hedge or not. They're so far in the world, they don't mind setting you up. Matter of fact, what it says, a man would sacrifice his happiness for his family, and a female would sacrifice her family for her happiness. So with that being said, it don't matter where you fall in at. If she can find a way, she will do so. So this brother just please, Baba Kushab, pray that the Lord doesn't, have you lined up inside a situation like this, because it's getting more wicked and more wicked. Matter of fact, before I even grab this right quick, let me grab another scripture in the book of Matthew chapter 24 right quick. This is the book of Matthew 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right? That's some cold-hearted shit, man. You want to get in. Matter of fact, you're already doing adultery. Right? Following after another man. You already have a man. And then you setting your own husband up to possibly get killed. All because of the money, Man, these females are wicked, and that's why we already know that, man. And that's why matter of fact, let me grab that, man. Right? That's why the payback, right? The payback of these females is going to be so crazy that the Lord's going to come down with that wrath, man. Because this is their mindset, man. To set up their own husband, right? It says, the book of Micah 7 verse 10, then she that is my enemy shall see it. And shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where's the Lord thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the street, right? The Lord gonna make sure he get it back, right? Brothers have, lost relationships with their ribs, and they done them dirty, right? Within his walk, right? Hey, best believe the Lord's gonna pay them bitches back, bro. But going back to this subject with this topic, right? Excuse me. She got judgment coming her way. She got judgment coming her way, man. Because she, in her eyes, this is considered cool. This is considered the way to go, right? Let me go back to the book of Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiastes. It's like excuse me. It's Ecclesiastes 7 verse 26. It says, and I find more bitter than death, the woman. Right? That's like you bite a goddamn a peel. Let's say you peel a whole lemon or a lime, and you just bite into it. You be like, damn, that shit's just sour. That shit bitter. You get a whole yuck face. Man, the Lord found a woman more bitter than that, man. Just straight awful. It says, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Right? We see how the celebrity trouble went out. A lot of these rappers that went out like that. A lot of celebrities have went out like that. A lot of men, right, in general have went out like that. Thinking this bitch down for your whole time. This bitch waiting for her move. But it says, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. And I remember watching a clip. I know I said it before, but I remember this dude. He was just saying, he was like, women would do things that a man would not even think of, just for some get back, or just to even start up some shit. But that's just how wicked they are. Or that's how wicked they can get. That it don't even make sense. Why the hell would you set up your hedge of protection? But that's how wicked they are. That's how far in the world they are. Right? But it says, whoso pleaseth Yahweh shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Right? Because ultimately, if you not paying attention, thinking this the love of my life, my girl will never do that to me. Man, the Lord gonna have you folded up somewhere through this female, man. Right? Because you stuck on stupid. Right? Matter of fact, let me get that back in the book of Ecclesiasticus. Right? I think it's 25. Excuse me. Yeah, in 24. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin. Right? Going off. Right? Hey, listen to another nigga. Here you go again. Listening to another nigga. Right? And through her, we all die. Right? Keep following after these women if you want to, man. Right? Thinking that she just, something, they may look good on the outside. Right? But on the inside, these bitches be rotten, man. Right? And that's why, Paul say, if you don't have one, don't worry about it. Keep moving. And if you do have one, you gotta live up. You don't have, we gotta consider her a loss anyway. Cause this is what go through their mind. Right? And as time gets, harder and the squeeze getting more, compressed, these thoughts are going to be going through a lot of females' head, right? And I'm speaking to Akim that have women in this truth, right? These are going to be the thoughts, man, setting you up so they can provide for themselves, We come to a real crazy time, right? And this right here this light work, This is light work, So and through my understanding, I'm thinking that he took a picture of this from her sending the messages to him, But that just, man, they go to show you, man, these women is wicked, man. Especially all on wicked, man. I ain't finna sing a lot, no, all on wicked, right? Keep your distance from all of them. Keep them all at a distance, right? Let me read up some of these scriptures, man. Right? I'm just read up, This is Sirach 25 and 19. It says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Let the portion of a sinner fall. Yeah, because if you're really serving the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, he gonna make sure he deliver you from that demon. But the sinner, right? He can be taken by her. He can keep believing in them sweet lies, man. And this is this is light work to these females, man. To do some shit like this. Right? I remember seeing It's crazy. It was some years ago though. You know what I'm saying? But we was like on Cleveland Avenue. You know, YSL, right? It had a bunch of some of the YNs, right, as they call it. Some of the YNs, right? They got set up by some females, man. Right? You know, it was they ops that pretty much paid some females to get them to set them niggas up. You know, but that's going to show you how much pull these females got, man, and they willing to do it for some money. You know, set them boys up, man. Had them boys, man, naked inside the hotel room. You know, had them boys naked. You know what I'm saying? When them ops came through, man, they script them boys. You know, they go to show you how much when you blind by these females and by they talking, you know, you lose sight of reality. You know, right? But this is all wickedness but little to the wickedness of a woman. You know, so let me go up some. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Cause this is, man, you don't know what's on their mind, bro. You know, you don't. 1 minute they good, next minute they ain't. Right? At least when you're dealing with a dragon and a lion, you know what's on his mind. He's trying to kill. Right? So you already know how to maneuver with those two types of creatures. Right? Excuse me. Man, it said 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, right? Man, brother, to take any type of plague, right, than the plague of a woman. But they do not give a fuck, bro. Right? And, we all have to learn that. We all have to learn that. And to the ones that think it's not going to happen to them, hey, hopefully it don't happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Right? Hopefully, you don't have to go through those things. But, hey, as giving out wise counsel, putting it in the air, bro, these women will do it to you, bro. Don't think you safe. I promise. Don't think you safe. They'll do it to you. They not trying to go where we going. They want to stay here. So I'm gonna close out with that, man. And I'm glad they put the emoji over her, because this photo was that emoji wasn't there on the original pose. So cool, good with that. Let me read through it right quick, man. So Shawty already saying, okay, it's boom, boom, boom for the code. No, for the address. It says, when you come park like left side of the house, I'm gonna unlock the back door. But when you come in, sure you lock. Make sure. I'm assuming she's saying make sure you lock it back so it won't look obvious. He keep it safe in his such and such in his room. So just walk in and I'ma act scared. So evidently she had to been dealing with this dude too, And the dude she was dealing with, right, that was getting robbed, he had to been green as hell, right? You see that this bitch ain't really for him for real. It says he keep the key on his keys, but I think the code, it just says, but he gonna give it to you when he see that switch. Then she said the nigga scary, right? Yeah, it had been a green ass nigga, bro. Had been green ass nigga, right? It said, all right, can I bring my homeboy? She said, yeah, that's cool. Bet I'm on the way. Man, these hoes is wicked, shouting. It says, okay, let me know when you come. Please don't shoot him. Just scare him into giving you the code. Thompson, baby, we keep so much money in that motherfucker. I swear to God. So it said, we gonna have a ball in Cancun. Got shot from the pull up. Man, they go to show you how wicked these motherfuckers is, bro. They go to show you how wicked these motherfuckers is, right? All because she want to have fun. I'm telling you, bro. A woman want to go through all these crazy ass loops just to have fun. You know, I remember I seen the what's the bitch name? Sexy Red. One of them old little interviews that came up. You know, she love that shit. She love that adrenaline. You know, they go to show you what these females like, man. But I'm gonna close on that. I'm gonna quit ranting. You know, Lord willing, that one's edifying, right? Hey, just BOP. You know what I'm saying? Be on point when it comes to these females, man. Learn how to discern, vet. You know, and man, fuck up. Hey, keep these motherfuckers at a distance, bro. Being real. Keep them at a distance, because they out for keeps, bro. So, Lord willing, that one's edifying. To give out honor, glory, and praises to you. How about Shemi Abshai? By Shem Kakadash. On to the next one. Shalom.